We'll get there. Hey guys, we are live at the Bakercreek Expo. Catherine and Bobby are here as well, which is super fun. We're in front of the Navajo Churro, and I'm going to walk around the booths a little bit and show you guys what's happening. They have lovely jewelry and then lots of food and gardening stuff. So should we go over and show them our spot?
So we are over here spinning, and we've got a series of wheels set. And if you're in the area, come see us.
Yeah, we would love it if you just pop over and say hi. We're a super simple booth, more like a demo. I think we're the only people here with spinning wheels this year.
In fact, that's why we were invited, was to demonstrate the wheels. This is our booth.
Hey, Joseph. Oh, sorry. There's Bobby, and this is Teresa. And she's our little home share while we're here, and her whole family is absolutely lovely. And you guys have seen Bobby before because she comes to all of our stuff with us, and we love her so much. And so she has the Kromsky, we have the Spinolutions, and then we've got books and fiber and stuff like that. So again, it's super simple. We're here more to mingle and that kind of thing than sell stuff, but we thought we'd bring stuff just in case. So I'm gonna go mingle and
perfect. I'll get to spinning.
We'll go wander. Kate, see you in a sec. All right, so the best part at these things, at least in my opinion, is the squash. And I'm gonna see if I can show you guys really quickly. I'll try and move fast so you guys aren't watching just random patches of dirt, grass. But they have all these really fun exhibits, kind of like the county fair. And I think that's the best part because it's showing, see this? It's showing what the different seeds look like when you get these seeds. And again, it's Bakercreek, it's their seeds. The food here could be really, really fun. Let's see if I can get into the actual hall so you can see what's what. Out here they have lots of booths for just food. But a lot of times it's really fun because it's super organic. And I think at the one in Missouri, they had some kind of ice cream made out of coconut, and it didn't have sugar in it, and it was really good and really filling. So the food is really top notch. And they've got a big old field full of, I don't know if those are pumpkins. No, I think those are melons. So that's kind of fun. I'm gonna try. I saw Doug and Stacy over here, so we'll go say hi to them. And they're using displays around trees and everything. Let's see if I can grab Stacy. Nope, she's running. Okay, look really quick. There they go. We've already talked to them a couple times, but they keep trying to do filming. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear me now. But there's the field of pumpkins. They've got herbs. We had one display that we passed, and I think it was my favorite. And it was they had fig trees, like they had like fig trees and fruit bushes. Hello everybody. Oh, they've got a Plant Planet farm. They've got a hurricane coming through. I'm so sorry. It seems like everybody has a hurricane going on right now. It's hard because they have us spread out really far. There is the inside where they have the big mountain of squash, and that's the building I'm trying to find, but there's like 5 buildings here where everything is stacked up. Uh-oh. I thought, are you filming?
No.
No? Okay, I'm just doing a live show real quick.
Is this thing on?
It's on.
How come you guys are on that side and not here at the event?
I know they should be. It's super fun. When are you speaking?
Oh, we're just doing some roundtable stuff today.
Sorry, I'm not tall enough.
Yeah, we're just doing some roundtable stuff today and some other stuff. Tomorrow we're doing our speaking, and Thursday.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to find the squash. Is it the next building over?
Yes.
So not through here, through there.
Yeah, right around the right and then into the big building.
Okay, see ya. All right. So we'll see. I think the problem with this one is going to be the audio. Okay. So again, amazing food. Amazing, amazing. Usually, like mostly homemade food. Lots of canned goods. Fig trees. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it's like, I don't know how many acres this, everything is out here. They still have like the jewelry and stuff like that, which I don't know. That's not my favorite part. Definitely not my favorite part of county fair type stuff is the stuff that just kind of comes in from China. I don't think that's super cool, but they don't have a lot of it here. There's been like 1 or 2 booths that has a little bit of that. There's, can you see it? That right there. There's another mountain of squash, and they have music going on there. We'll see if I can get in now. Lots of teas. And the weather here is absolutely beautiful. It was, I think, in the 90s yesterday, but this morning it's in the 70s. It's not real hot. And we're under trees there by the sheep, so we should be just fine. It is, it's a small patch of heaven. And the vendor booths in here, dang it, why can I not? Ugh. Okay, well that's the booths. Maybe I should show you guys the booths, and then I can walk through. These booths in here are like the really legitimate, really big, nice, amazing booths with all the really, really neat stuff. And I'm losing my pass. Got it stuck in my sock. It's really pretty in here. They've got books. They've got books. They've got amazing looking nut butters. They've got tea. And this is where they have some of their seeds for Bakercreek. Cute. But again, there are so many buildings here, but I found it. Now, this is the way that I've come before. So this is where we'll go. We'll go through and show you the mountain of squash. And the wine country, I guess it's like right next to Napa Valley. The wine country is amazing. They have all sorts of permaculture stuff set up. Water catchment systems in the foothills and that kind of thing. And it's really kind of fun to see. They're in a water shortage. But it's nice to see what they're doing, attempting to make a difference. Okay, so here's the best part. There is the tasting line. You can go through and taste all the different kinds of food that they have in their seed catalog. So there's cherry tomatoes, there's watermelon. I kind of want to show you the watermelon.
Yeah, it's like a long, slender, I know, isn't that sad?
There's the watermelon. And they have so many watermelons over here, it's amazing. And then over here, some of the displays that they have that people have made that are just absolutely beautiful. Isn't that pretty? It's made out of corn. And then over here there's the giant pumpkin contest. Aren't those amazing? They have bonsai trees, which is amazing to me. They're so teeny. Bonsai trees. They have the pepper and a warning not to touch them because they're super, super hot. There's their super hot peppers. Guava, yacon, all sorts of interesting fruits. These are fruit. And they have this here, and you can sample them on Thursday when the show's over, but you can't sample them before that.
I really like, personally,
This is a prickly pear. more tomatoes. And then before I forget, I want to show you the mountain of squash. And then I'll walk up and down the aisles and show you guys everything else. But it's really worth going to. This is a lot bigger. This is a lot bigger than the one in Missouri. Isn't that beautiful? And the nice thing about pumpkins and squash is that you can feed them to your livestock. So you may look at this and be like, oh my gosh, what? But you can feed cows and goats and chickens and rabbits and pretty much everything. You can feed them on pumpkins. And that's what we do with our pigs, is we feed them a lot of pumpkins in the fall. All right, now I want to show you, I think it's brilliant marketing that they show all of the stuff that's in their catalog. You can get a really good scope of what they're going to look like. Oh my gosh, there's only all the mushrooms, garlic. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. I'm going to have to let Bobby and Catherine have a turn to come and see everything. Oh, Plant Planet Farm is boarding up windows for the hurricane. I am praying for you. Yes, and that's true. Raw pumpkin and squash seeds are natural dewormer. That is true. Okay. I should go over and show you the onions too, but here's more of these amazing watermelons. Aren't they wonderful? We can't really grow watermelons where we are without putting them in the greenhouse, but it's amazing to me to see that they're like a real thing. I know that Catherine can grow them in New Mexico, and she's not that far from us, but I think our season is just too short. All right, and then we have some beautiful yarn. How are you?
Good.
These are beautiful. Some fleeces.
Yeah, everything we get from sheep, from the fleece right to the bedding of the yarn.
Oh, they're beautiful.
We're on the sheetrock.
This one's lovely. I love natural wool, like undyed.
Well, all this table is natural.
They're
And
beautiful.
these are plant dyed.
They're beautiful. It's all beautiful. Alright. Little teeny tiny watermelons and whatever these are. I don't know what these are. These are some kind of, these are watermelons, these are gourds, but I don't know what kind of gourds they are. Alright. Rose bushes. Aren't they beautiful? They're beautiful. Lots of rose bushes, and then bee information. So these look like what you use for mason bees, which they don't create honey, but they do pollinate. So those are beautiful. More squash. There's no end to the squash. I think we don't value squash as much as we should, and it's why they give so much space to squash, is because it's so universally useful as food. If you like potatoes, squash is very close to potatoes as far as like the carbs and the nutrition that you get out of it. So if you can't grow potatoes, squash is a good alternative. It's very similar to a sweet potato in flavor. You can make pies with squash the same way that you can with sweet potatoes. And again, natural dewormer. You can feed your livestock. And they're just super amazing. All the pretty flowers. They have all these flowers. I'm not a flower girl. I should probably not be leaving the flowers out, but there's flowers. Flowers. And they do have quite a few flowers in their catalog. So more tomatoes. Lots and lots of tomatoes. Okay, so I think that's the main building finished. Did you guys have any questions before I sign out? Ugh, going to Mother Earth News Fair this weekend? No. Hi. No, because I am not a big traveler. I know it sounds like I'm a big traveler, but I'm not a big traveler. I'm ready to get home. We are going to be in Tulsa by the 25th. They've got sauerkraut and kimchi. I love kimchi. Cornmeal, more little teeny tiny melons, and when is the next one? I think the next one is in Missouri. I think it was in, when was it? I think it was the end of May, and Catherine and I went to that one, or no, yeah, Catherine and Bobby and I went to that one, and it was super fun. It wasn't as big as this, so maybe that's a good thing for you guys, is if you're not somebody that really enjoys a lot of crowds and really big productions, the one in Missouri is pretty fun. Myself some wool. Oh, I love that natural colored wool that she had, but no, I won't, because we flew in, so we don't have a lot of space. Maybe it was quieter in there. Maybe it was better to stay in there. Okay, I'll go look at the booths again so that we can keep talking. And so no, I will not. I'm probably not going to be going to a lot of expos or anything, just because I've got little kids, and it's hard for me to be gone from them, and they don't really enjoy these. And John is working full time, and so he wouldn't be able to go and help take care of them. So I think, I don't know, I kind of hope I've gone beyond that now. This is super fun, but I don't really want to be doing it a whole lot. Yes, Catherine is very good on the live feed. She is very natural. We're speaking at the Modern Homestead Expo in Hohenwald, Tennessee. Congratulations. I've never spoken at one of these. I've done a little meet and greet when I was in Tulsa, talking about the hugelkultur and the hotbeds, but I have never spoken at one of these. So that's amazing. Good for you guys. When are you coming to Michigan? My brother's actually in Michigan. So while we're in Tulsa, we probably will be coming over. I need to get better at figuring out how to do meet and greets. How's Mr. Dirt? Hey, Heidi's here. John is doing really well, actually. He's trying to decide if he needs to kind of drop down on school a little bit, because he's doing some backup school stuff, which means he's working like 8 hours a day, and then he's going to school. And it's turned out to be a bit much. Ooh, they have nut trees. And nuts.
We're nuts over here.
I could mail wool home. I could, but I have wool at home too. It becomes a little bit of an addiction, and it's hard to what I've decided is I need to get down to like a small, like 1 foot square box of wool and keep it that way, and just work on one project at a time, because I just keep buying it, and then if I don't make sure that I'm taking the time to spin it, then it just sits there. And it's very sad to have beautiful wool that never gets spun. It's not good for your soul, because it calls to you. All right. They really have some fun booths in here. Hey, Michael, how are you? We're gonna be out your way, well, closer than we are now. Closer than we are at home. Michael's out close to us. He's been watching for a long time. Let's see. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate you coming in. So, lots of fun stuff. I think one of the really fun things about places like this, though, is it kind of makes you open up your eyes to what can you make yourself, what do you need, what do you really not need. And with us moving so much, sometimes I come to these places and I spend money, like money. Everything that I have with me. I'm really careful to bring a very small amount of money, but I always spend it. And I'm trying to get better at that. That just because I'm here, I need to also make sure I actually need it still. This is the one that I loved because it has fig trees. See that? Where is their Suncrest? That's Suncrest. So if you're in the Santa Rosa area, it looks like they have some amazing food plants. Yeah, my weakness is food. When I come to these places, I want to try everything. I want to eat it, and I want to touch it. Oh, those are so cool. They have glass straws and tops. Can you see it? Discarded designs. And these look, these are right up my alley. So there's one that really stands out to me. I love drinking out of glass. And sometimes it's hard, like especially with the girls, what they'll do is they'll have their mason jar, and they have a hard time opening it and keeping it from falling out. Like they lose the lid a lot. But I'm not gonna spend any money. It looks super cool, but I'm not gonna spend any money. Really fun stuff. Okay, any more questions? We are having a lot of fun. Yes, yesterday was rough. I have a hard time traveling, and we got in last night, and Catherine and I hadn't slept for 24 hours. Like I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning the day before. And so yesterday I felt super sick, but we slept really well. Teresa and Misty, thank you so much. They fed us, they hugged us, and they let us go to bed. And we feel so much better today. Garlic, I always love. Okay, one really big weakness of mine is garlic. I always like to try different types. They've got persimmon, trees, bushes. What else do we have? We've got, oh, books. My other weakness is definitely books. Got lots of books. But the thing is, it's always like the obscure ones that are the neatest. I love obscure books. I could just get lost. Okay. Those are so cute. Okay. Something like that that's wool is worth having. And you look at those prices and you think, oh my gosh, that's a lot, but it's really not, because these never die if they're made out of wool. And these are felted a little bit. They feel a little bit felted. These are beautiful. Something like this kind of takes the place of a coat because they breathe really well. And if they're wool, it takes a much smaller layer than if you have like 4 layers. And so these are beautiful. What is the... And the felting means that wind doesn't go through them. Those are beautiful. Those are so...
An organic cotton line.
Oh, they're beautiful. These are beautiful. These are really, really beautiful. So if you're into like really high quality kids clothes, they're worth it. Something like that. And they've got all the cute little felted little babies. Oh, those are so cute. I love felting. I haven't done a lot of felting, but I love felted things. Aren't those pretty? Because you make them really big and then you felt them down. Yes, I did not bring a wallet in. I brought nothing. I try really hard to keep everything in my pocket until like the last day, and then I still try to talk myself out of it, but it generally doesn't work. Generally, it's food related. Let's see, did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. The thing I love is if it really is handmade. Like if they really handmade it, I think it's so fun to come and see these. But when they weren't, and again, it's just stuff that came in from from China. That's when I just am like, why did you bring it to a farmer's market? Why did you bring it? It didn't, your hands didn't touch it. Oh, some people are so clever with their packaging. Look at these. See how pretty that is? Seed balls, what a good idea. Let's see. These are so pretty. Because it's clay, you put them in clay, right?
So this is Antelope Valley. This is the floor of the valley is all the red poppies. So
that's amazing. And it just makes it so that when they hit the ground, here, let's see if we can show them. When they hit the ground, they're already encased in dirt, which means that instead of little roots sprouting and then having nothing to hold on to, this will absorb water when it rains.
It absorbs water, yeah.
And so that is fantastic. Your wildflowers have a much better chance of making it if they have something like that. So let's just make sure we got your information. Native, where's the company name? Is that the company name?
Wild Jewels.
Wild Jewels. That's brilliant, and that packaging is super fun.
Thank you.
All right. So many fun things. Tools. Hard to take those on a plane. They tell me I'd kill somebody with a spade. Especially parents. Let's see. We've got, what else? Lots of chocolate. Lots of herbs. Oh, and Dr. Bronner's. We use a lot of Dr. Bronner's in the off-grid cabin because when it's liquid, it washes off a lot easier than if it's a solid bar of soap. It's just a lot easier. We'll take like a couple tablespoons of the cast iron soap and then put it in something else that is, well, in another container and put a lot of water in with it. Garlic. And when we put a lot of water in it, it means that it dilutes it. It makes it so we can use just enough soap, but it washes off super easy instead of having to use a lot of water to suds up. It suds up really easy. Okay. I think I'm just about done in here. Knives, hi. Knives and interesting. Really interesting. Lots and lots of special chocolate, potting soil, pretty sewing things, and then again Bakercreek. So we are at Bakercreek, and if you guys haven't checked out the, they always put out a gorgeous catalog. The pictures are amazing. And if you, I think it's in Pasadena. For some reason I think it's Pasadena that has their big barn with all their seeds in it. But these are their seeds here. Right. So make sure to go get their catalog, if nothing else for the pictures. But they do have really high quality seeds.
So you can get 50
off
your first purchase.
And they're heirloom, which means that you can't, as long as you keep them segregated away from the different varieties. If you want to keep seeds, make sure that when you're planting things, they've got nut butters, sprouted nut butters. They've got sprouted nut butters. Sure. Cool. Let me show you real quick. We're doing a live feed real quick. So, why do you want to sprout your nut butters?
I'll give it to the philosopher himself.
Well, sprouting makes almonds sweeter, more digestible, and more nutritious. Basically, the seed is designed to hold phosphorus until it's ready to grow. So there's an element called phytic acid that holds that phosphorus. Inside of our bodies, phytic acid is not good because it binds to our digestive enzymes, as well as important nutrients like magnesium, zinc, phosphorus, calcium. So when we sprout it, we naturally unlock that phytic acid, release the phosphorus so the seed can grow. and it's easier for us to digest as well as more nutritious.
Perfect. So it's hard for me to get that where I am to get it sprouted unless I want to sprout it myself. And if you sprout it yourself, you've got to dry it again and then grind it, right?
Exactly.
So it's kind of a process. So this is probably, of everything that I've seen as I've walked through, this is the booth that I'll come back to after the live show and get something, because it lasts a long time. It goes a long way. Your body digests it better instead of having like a bellyache after eating nuts. Oh, they were talking and I wasn't listening. So this is probably the one that I'll come back to that I feel like, yeah, this could be necessary and good to take. So what is your contact information for people?
Take one of our cards. It's thephilosophers.stoneground.com.
Can you guys see it? I'll hold it up and try to hold really, really still. And you guys are based here in
We're based in Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
Yep.
So they're in Santa Cruz, and it's the Philosopher's Stone Ground, and the beginning of each word is capitalized, but it's all one word. thephilosophers.stoneground.com.
And you can find us on Instagram.
On Instagram. So everybody go follow them. You guys all saw our picture this morning on Instagram of Catherine. So maybe I'll take a picture here and put up their Instagram information here really quick so you have it, because this is kind of important. You guys know I've been on keto for about 3 months. It's worked really well for me. And this kind of thing that helps you not be binding up so that you can't digest things is kind of a big deal. So I think I've made the rounds now, so I will go ahead and turn it off, and I'll take a real quick picture with them. And then make sure to watch our Facebook, because we might be leaving early tonight. And I love you guys, and we'll talk to you later.